The British Council conducted research on language use in refugee camps between 2018-2021 and discovered that refugee children were battling language barrier and overcrowding, with average class sizes accommodating hundreds of children. The report indicated that unlike in their home countries, where Congolese and South Sudanese would study in French and Arabic languages respectively, upon arrival in Uganda as refugees, it became so difficult for them to study in English, which is the official language of instruction.
Then also, many of the learners would feel disinterested to continue with their studies because they go to school, they find the teachers teaching in English or a local language in Uganda, for the case of those in P1, P2, P3, but this person does not understand any of these languages.
Due to the language problem, many refugee children ended up in isolation in their respective classrooms, which eventually forced many to fetch poor grades, while others dropped from school.
Because we had problems too, the languages, the different languages these children speak. Sometimes we use English as an instructional material.
The number of learners, it is too much. Sometimes you find you as a teacher, it becomes hard to attend to every learners, to every individual in the class. So some learners were still left out.
British Council, in partnership with Windle International Uganda, launched a program dubbed Language for Resilience in 4 refugee settlements of Imvepi in Terego district, Rhino in Madio Kolo, Nachivale in Isinjiro and Changwali in Chikube district, with the aim of addressing language barrier between learners and their teachers.
There was a gap. The teachers would use a language which learners would not be able to understand, and that would undermine learning. So this project was carried out, and it was found that there was need to build capacity of the teachers to be able to deliver their lessons in a multilingual learning environment.
The Language for Resilience has so far seen 454 teachers and administrators trained out of 5,541 teachers across all refugee settlements in Uganda. Besides, 130,922 out of 365,055 refugees and host community children have already benefited from the 64 out of 287 primary schools in the refugee settlements.
As a community leader, when the children just go for holidays, then we just give community awareness to send children back to school, and they should just stay at school.
As the teachers, it has made us to reflect back on what we have been, what we are supposed to do.
Because teachers have been struggling to at least pick 1 or 2 or 3 language of the learners and is able to communicate to these learners in their local language. These learners, they feel attracted to this teacher to come to the school.
Reports indicate that since the inception of this program, teaching instructions through use of handbooks have been made easier, which has greatly improved learners' performances and retention. The next 3 years of this program shall be implemented with priorities set for settlements receiving new arrivals, setting up school clubs for English support, and preparing teachers to use systematic translanguage.
Learners became more at home when they were at school, because one of the things that we trained the teachers and leaders in was how to welcome the learners and make them feel at home. So the learners were now more at home in school, and as a result, they were now, learning more.
In the same vein, a bridging course was also introduced in the refugee settlements as a strategy of enabling over-aged new arrivals to learn English.
When they come, of course, we don't encourage them just to remain at home. We encourage them to enroll. So if one feels that, for example, is 10 years and is not able to sit comfortably with those who are 7 years in P1, then the person is prepared to enroll in what we call as the accelerated education program.
As Alfred Akello, the British Council facilitator, explains, this program has since met several challenges, including long distances, overcrowding in classrooms and transfers, which has greatly affected consistency.
Number two, there are some who have just decided to, move out and look for greener pastures in other places. So that's also very big. So the staff is very fluid, and that makes it very difficult for us to have continuity and consistency. You've trained a certain group, but when it comes to reflection, you don't have them. So there's a break in the system, and that undermines the impact of the project in individual schools as well.